Hey mamas! Yesterday we talked about homemade almond milk, and I told you that today we were going to talk about the healthy birthday cake. That's what we're going to do. So today is the healthy twist on birthday bliss, creating a better for you birthday cake for your little. If you are a mom to an almost 1-year-old and you're thinking to yourself, I might just not have a cake because my baby is really not going to know the difference anyway, and I don't want him or her having all of that sugar and the preservatives and the dyes and just all the other gross things that go into bakery cakes or box mixes. I was right there with you, and this is the video for you. So that's where I was. I was like, he won't notice. It's going to be more trouble than it's worth if I'm going to try to find a cake to make myself from scratch, because I am not the best at cooking or baking or whatever. I'm just not awesome at it right now. So I figured if I was going to create something, it wasn't going to taste that great in the first place, and it was going to be a lot of trouble to even come up with that, and then my baby wouldn't even like it, let alone the guests coming to the birthday party. Like, that no one was going to like this. Is it even worth the trouble? So I wasn't even going to go there. I really was just going to not have a birthday cake. And then I was talking about it with some friends, and they said, Mama, you're going to want the photo op, which is so true. I'm so glad I have the picture. And they also said, your guests don't need to like the birthday cake, that smash cake. It is just for the baby. No one else has to like it. And I don't really know what I was thinking there. I guess I was thinking that I was going to have cake out for everyone. But really, you just need to worry about what your baby likes and is going to eat. Because I was also concerned about the frosting, because I'm like, okay, the cake is one thing, but then I'm also going to have to come up with a frosting that tastes good and doesn't have a bunch of sugar. And it just didn't seem like a possibility. And then one of my friends said, because he loved sweet potatoes at the time, and she's like, just use sweet potatoes. And I said, well, that's not a bad idea. That's actually a really good idea, especially if he's the only one that has to like it. Then I could totally use sweet potatoes, like mashed sweet potatoes. So anyway, I went back on the internet and I was looking around, and I mentioned yesterday in the almond milk video that eatingbirdfood.com was an awesome blog with so many recipes, and I found one on her blog, and then I changed it to my liking because she had certain ingredients in there that I didn't want to use, just not my preference, not things that I buy or eat or like. And so I tried it out, and it was actually really good. I did make some adjustments, like how much vanilla extract versus almond extract and whatever. But so it's eggs, maple syrup, milk of choice. I used the homemade almond milk, coconut oil, vanilla extract, almond flour, cassava flour. The almond flour she may have had in there. The cassava flour I added. Baking soda and sea salt. So the full recipe for this you'll find in the blog, in my blog, which the link to that is in the description of this video. And you will also find a couple tools that I used in there to make this recipe as well. So you'll heat the oven 350, and I used 3 small glass bowls. Those glass bowls you'll find in my blog. And you combine the wet ingredients, you combine the dry ingredients, you bake 20 to 25 minutes, and then you can make cupcakes with the extra batter. And I just at the last minute decided to use a Mickey cookie cutter, which I also have linked in my blog, to come up with this end result. So the frosting wasn't great. I did attempt a frosting. I probably should have just used sweet potatoes. So I am not sharing the frosting recipe because it wasn't great. It was not great. But I needed something to sandwich those layers together. And if I could go back, I would have just used the sweet potato, the sweet potato for him. So that's what I suggest to you. But the cake itself was really, really good. And I continued to make it. It's more of a banana bread consistency. It's less of a fluffy cake, and it's more dense, but it's still super good. So it's gluten-free and dairy-free, as you noticed from the ingredients, I'm sure. And yeah, that's the cake recipe. So if you would like to learn more from me and just be in my world, you can be in my Facebook group. The link to that is in the description of this video. So I'm a health coach teaching new moms easy systems to get out of survival mode, start taking care of themselves again, and still put their baby first. And that's what I'm doing in this group. So if that sounds good to you, definitely join. And I guess that's it today. Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'll see you on Monday. See you Monday. Have a great weekend.